Welcome to this video today. Now, what's going on tonight is we're going into Edinburgh. On a wee experiment with this phone, because what's happening is it's cutting out. So hopefully it'll keep working. Hopefully it'll keep working. Working. Right. And Mill Hill Road. So we're away. Right. So I don't know if this is going to work, what I'm trying to do here. Hey, welcome to the channel! My plan is to... I better not say what it is in case it doesn't happen. Oh, I need to get the dash cam on. Oh, there's a train. Right, so the plan is to drive into Edinburgh. So the problem is that this phone has been cutting out. Now I'm wondering if it's the cover. So I need to find out. So it's a bit of an experiment tonight. I've took the cover off. It's sitting down here. The cover has prevented me from breaking the phone, because the last phone, the other phone that I've got, problem is trying to get something that fits, you know, the dynamic of what I'm doing, jumping in around, you know, taking videos, making videos, taking photographs, etc, etc. So I apologise, if this thing cuts out, then I'll know, then I'll start using the other phone which is here. I'll have to pull in somewhere and change phones. So basically this video should be a trip into Edinburgh, although I'm not too confident the way things will be going, because it might conk out. And it's a lovely night actually. Clear skies. It's just that thing, I'm getting ready to leave, and you know this sort of thing where you're trying to... So I was at a funeral today, 3 o'clock. My friend Sheila, that I've known for about 4 years, and you know, at the end of the day I'm sort of late comer to her life, if you like. So I met her when I was a carer, and then when I gave up the job, she kept in touch with me, and I used to go and visit her and everything. I got on really well with her. She was 61. It's tragic, but she died a couple of weeks ago. I feel sort of guilty because she used to phone me a lot, and she was phoning me up until her death. But the problem was that Larbert doesn't... Her phone, she told me that her phone wasn't working in Larbert, and so I can't really come out around if it's too hard with stuff in the back. I've got it set up that there's a bed there, so potentially some of the boxes could fall down. So basically 2 weeks ago she was ill and she came out and she phoned me, and I was talking to her and everything, and then I wasn't really aware of what actually happened to her, but she went out with her pal, and she sat in a seat. As they were leaving, the seat collapsed, and she'd actually hurt herself more than what, you know, more than what she let on to me. Like, she told me that, well, I told her, because I spoke to her pal, I says, oh, I heard I heard the seat broke. You know, and it turns out she broke her pelvis, but, you know, so I think there's a whole range of things went wrong with her. So I feel really bad about it, obviously. Yeah, I mean, she was really really good to me. You know, she was great. She's got on really well with her and everything. this is tragic what's happened. So the guilt I'm feeling is because a lot of times she'd phone me, I didn't even answer the phone because I was busy, you know, doing stuff, and you know, or I could have done more. And by the time I did phone up to find out how she was gone, you know. So I left it like a week. But at the same time, families and, you know, oh look, what have I done there? Oh right, I think I done a weird setting there, because I've just touched that. Now, because you couldn't see the road really. Okay. I'm not exactly sure why that happened. So, tragic. But I didn't go to the wake. I got invited, well obviously Andrew's invited to it. It's over in Tillicootery, and I feel a wee bit sort of bad about that as well. I should have gone. You know, but see, I didn't really know them. I just knew her, so it's slightly awkward. You know, family and that. So that's what happened today, which is kind of maybe upset my routine a bit, I suppose, you know. It's tragic what happened to Sheila. You know, may she rest in peace and all the rest of it, you know. I knew her for 4 years. I just got on really well with her. I don't know if everybody else did or not. Probably I. She was just that type of person. She had. Look, I better not go on about it too much. It's probably not fair. But she was great, and obviously all human beings are tragic, you know. So that is a natural part of living. We are tragic, and at some point we've got to go back to the universe, and sadly that's happened to her. You know, I mean, I told her like 2 years ago. Well, I told her, you know, you shouldn't really tell anybody. It sounds a bit dogmatic. I told her, you know, I advised her to walk, you know, and walk every day, even just round the pond or along the end, round the building where she was living in. And she was one of those people that would always, if you got on to her about something, she would just agree with you. It's quite a clever thing. I think it was James. Was it James V? Which king was it that did that? So basically, somebody says something, you just agree with them, and that's how, you know, that's how you rock and roll. This phone seems to be working perfect. I've got a feeling that a cover's causing it to conk out. It's because it doesn't even feel hot or anything. I'm loading videos, it's not even hot. I think it's overheating. So my friend was suggesting we've got to put some holes in the cover, and the cover has prevented me from breaking the bloody thing. I suppose when you're doing filming and all that sort of thing, there's always like hassles to it, isn't there? Like potential problems and difficulties. So right, okay, so she's away, and I mean, when we went to the thing, there was a picture of her when she was like a teenager, and it was like, oh, you know, it was like just started like feeling really emotional about it, you know. But anyway, that's that out of the way just now. I'll just think about it occasionally. I suppose that's where, if you're still alive, you're a survivor, aren't you? You've still got to like crack on. There's nobody really going to replace her. For me, she used to phone me every day and several times, and even though sometimes she wouldn't really say much, and she was there, sort of thing, you know. I could go and visit her whenever I wanted. mean, people have characteristic traits, and you know, every now and again you meet somebody that's alright, or a lot of times you meet somebody that isn't alright. You know, that's the way it goes. It's tragic. So, better shut up about that, I think. So the other thing that's been going on today, I'm doing a channel update now. Fitness to drive test your eyesight. Well, I can read the sign. I suppose that's a step forwards. What I've got this like. So I've started on the channel. I suppose really what we're looking at is people, green imperialism. So that is people who are wanting us to stop, or they say they want us to do various things, and it's under there's a planet catastrophe on the go, and they take it as a done deal. The science is, they say, right, I'm not saying that, they say that science is incontrovertible and that something must be done about it. You know, as a consensus. And there's so many people like that, and occasionally on Facebook, or well, mostly on Facebook, on YouTube as well, but mostly Facebook, you'll get them coming along making remarks or contesting what I'm saying and what somebody else is saying. So this guy did this today, and his name's Jim Boyle, right? Jim Boyle. And the reason I say that is, I mean, he sort of rubbished what I was saying and told me there was a, basically, I'm paraphrasing what he said, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said there was a scientific consensus that, you know, that the planet is doomed, sort of thing, you know. The fact of the matter is there isn't, right? You know, so this guy was on Facebook, is on Facebook, he's an administrator or something in the NHS, so, you know, you would think, well, a guy that's in the NHS has got quite a good job earning money, would be a bit more careful and really shouldn't get into random arguments with complete strangers. So I went and wrote an amazing answer, right? And I mean, I had a bit of experience the other day with a climate evangelist, will we call them that? A climate zealot. I had a bit of a run-in, so I had a bit of experience, and so I got somebody to help me answer this guy, right? And it was really a brilliant answer. So I'm learning how to answer people and to use their words against them, which is what I did. So I used his words against them. So he went and deleted his previous comment and I could almost feel the tension in the answer he gave me. You know, it was like you could sort of see the tension, and he got sort of like abusive, and he was comparing me to Donald Trump, and I was like, my God, this guy's really rattled. You know, it's like comparing me to Donald Trump. It's like the guy was going like, he seemed to be going slightly daft, you know. So I really had struck a nerve there, you know. And I think you should strike, you know, people should stand up and be counted. If they're going to have views and opinions, they want to change Western civilization, they want us to do various things, and there's got to be consequences for them. Why should they get a free ride? They can just say all these things, and then nobody really challenges them or points out the hypocrisy of what they're saying. He went slightly daft, you know. It was quite alarming, actually. Also the fact that he deleted his comment, the previous one. So why would you delete the previous comment and then write a new one? So somebody coming along reading it is not really understanding the context of what I'm saying to him. So it's a bit sneaky what he's done. And he obviously must know what he said was not like very professional. So what I've done is, what I need to do, and I'm trying, is learn to be patient. It's a very difficult skill to learn, so I'm trying to learn to, be patient and give it a bit of time, and especially on YouTube. I mean, I've got YouTube pretty well set up. I mean, I got quite a lot of abuse when I started on YouTube. I still do, but I've got a lot of blocked words on it, and the system works fairly well. There's very few nefarious comments get through to me, so they go into this held for review section, which I can check and then publish. And I mean, it doesn't mean I don't want you to comment. Please do. I mean, but obviously, so now I'm driving on my way out. I'm not, I won't be checking it for a while, but it gives me a bit of control, so that I'm in control of my channel, not these nasty people that appear, right, left and centre. It's basically what I'm really talking about. So it works for the most part. What happened was that I was getting these weird comments, and I was looking at them and going, what word is it that's bothering me? Which word? So you're going to delete that word? Well, you don't delete it, you put it into a blocked word list. It could be some of the words aren't even what you consider to be abusive words. They're just something that triggered me, and then that word could be used innocently by an ordinary, normal, well-meaning person, and if it goes in the block thing, I just unblock it when I don't really do the comments on the phone. I do that on the computer at home, partly because, well, I prefer sort of thinking about it on the computer and looking at it, rather than doing it on a daily basis when I'm out and about. Right, so it's a bit of a big video, this, because it's all the way from, so you can see, we're going past Grangemouth. I've always kind of found Grangemouth, the view of Grangemouth, pretty good. I should have actually had the phone turned around a wee bit, but the trees kind of hide it, you don't really see it that much. So we're coming up to Sighthill interchange up here. So yeah, the guy got quite vitriolic. I think the advice the thing is with me, I obviously don't work for the NHS. I don't work for Stirling Council. I don't work for a corporation or a company. I mean, the NHS. I mean, when the COVID thing was on, I mean, prior to that, I kind of had a lot of respect for the NHS, right? And now, I think it's probably because I've got a bit older and a bit more mature, I can see it is a huge communist organisation, and the people working within it tend to be sort of left leaning, and so they care about people, and that's because that's the type of people that would work in that industry, the health industry. And that doesn't mean they're bad people, they're great people. But there is obviously an orthodox that they've got to follow in order to have a decent life and get a salary and get paid. So this guy, the fact that he can go onto Facebook, and I don't know, it seems that he's still working with the NHS. The fact that he's put that in his profile on Facebook and he's going on arguing with a random stranger, that is me, getting involved in contentious subjects, I think it's really careless. You know, I mean, because he could get in a lot of trouble with his job, or get sacked. Get in all sorts of trouble. It's just not worth the bother. Whereas obviously with me, I don't work for a corporation. I don't work for the NHS, so I can. Maybe you could argue I shouldn't either. I should think about my art career and stop pissing about arguing with complete strangers. Yeah, good point. But I don't. So right, as we're talking about the art career, I did get into the studio last week and started tidying up. Took 5 boxes of bloody. We gotta break down. Break down. I did manage to get in there. There's another thing I need to remember is the MOT runs out this in March. Right. I suppose what I'm really doing is I'm going after these people who I believe are trying to destroy humanity, right? So this guy, he come back with this fumbled up answer comparing me to Donald Trump, and then claiming for the sake of his children, his grandchildren, he's trying to prevent a planetary collapse. I can't remember the words, but it's planetary, and he was claiming that I was so stupid that I, didn't believe in man-made climate change. That I was fundamentally stupid, along with Donald Trump. And some other people I don't even know who they were that he was comparing me with, or he was putting me in with these people. And what a cheek he's got. So this is what happens when you disagree with this guy. His name's Jim Boyle. I disagreed with him, and so that makes me stupid. And he's not stupid. He's like highly, very, very clever. I'm stupid. I think there's a spider or something in the inside of the window, and you don't quite see it. I'll put the blower on so we can move it. So, just this sort of dogma, it's what he's doing. He's following dogma. You do as you're told. We're right. You're wrong. Who do you think you are to not hold the same opinion of us? I'm really talking about the green climate nutters. Is what they are. So this guy's working for the NHS, getting paid a decent salary. He's obviously not capable of working in real corporate world, so it's safer for him to get in the NHS because the stress involved in the real world, probably he wouldn't be able to cope with it. So he works in the NHS, which is a lot easier and cushier for him. So he's getting big money, protected there, protected by like claptrap and all the green nonsense and perpetuate. That's when I went off the NHS, when I seen them with the vans that said on the side NHS 100% zero, net zero, 100% net zero. And I thought, wait a minute, you're supposed to be looking after patients. Why are you spending money on this nonsense? Is it, there's no the argument against it would be, oh well, they don't cost that much, blah 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 blah. Alright, okay, they don't buy them, they lease them, this, that, another, right, fine, your arguments, you're apologising. So that's when I realised that was out with their remit. That was nothing to do with their remit, nothing to do with them, what they were supposed to be doing, which is looking after the health of us, people. So I don't know, why is this car going so slow? What's going on there? Have they shut that road? Yeah, kind of looks like they've shut the road. Fucking hell. It's actually supposed to be -1, I think, tonight. So we need to get the heater on again. So this is the first time I've actually videoed the complete trip. Normally I just do little shorts, and you know, it's just that, is it really worth doing? I don't know. You know, probably better in the daylight. I'll get all this, what's the point in that video sort of thing, but who cares? One of the washer jets is blocked, so I'm just getting like half the window cleared. I usually do about 50, I'm actually doing 65 just now, partly because I'm videoing, I want to get in there quicker. As per usual, when I get in here there's always something I forget. I go, oh, what the hell was it I forgot this time? You know, oh, you forgot your milk or something, you know, or your coffee, your flask, water, rolls, banana, you know, money, you know, I don't know, fuck, keys. Well, I've got keys, but they, oh, did I lock the door? Yeah. So life is cruel. So I just think, like, that guy, what cheek, yeah. I mean, it's like, so if you disagree with them, they go absolutely nuts. Is it some kind of dominant thing or something, or is it a childish thing? That so basically so I'm coming along with a different opinion. So the whole thing started off at Stirling Council. They've got like this big tower steeple thing up the high street next to Wetherspoons. So they posted that they're going to have it, the timbers repaired. So most people were slagging them off because the Christie clock, last, I think October or September, they put in a demolition company to take down the Christie clock. And they totally fucked it and knocked the scaffold down. And then people were still under the impression that they were restoring it. They're not restoring it, they lied. So that's why the majority of people are not happy. Now the reason that this climate guy got into this was the majority of people are mumping about the fact that they're spending the money on the bike lanes, you know? So that is really the bone of contention. So they're spending government, well, they're getting the money from the government for bike lanes and clean air zones and all that shit, right? They're all into that crap, right? Electric charging points, blah 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 blah. So this guy was the only one in the whole page who picked me to, you know, to take the piss out of. I think he thought he was going to take, I don't know why he thought that, I don't know. He failed to do that, and then got really upset, you know, and you know, so this is what's actually happening. So they've got this climate thing going because the Scottish Greens are in government with the SNP in a coalition. So whatever's happening in the UK, we're getting hit worse with in Scotland because of these idiots, right? So obviously, because they've got no money, right? They've no money. They are shutting down, say, local centres. You know, like, so the Cowan Centre's getting shut down. You know, there's cutbacks right, left and centre, and yet they might spend millions on fucking bike lanes in Stirling. So anyway, I had a bit more digging today, after in the evening, and I realised this guy's a cyclist. You know, so he will be the type that identifies as a cyclist. So this guy, he looks like about 50 odds, my age group, bald, thin, so that means he's, well, he is a cyclist because I looked through his Facebook page. the thing with Facebook is, and the internet generally, you can put stuff on there and lots of people can get the information, and that happens to me as well. It can quite hell happen to me. So what I don't do on Facebook is I don't really put pictures of my kids. I mean, my kids are all grown up anyway, but well, my grandchild, I haven't even seen her, they haven't even told me about her. But if I did, if I was seeing her, I don't think it's a good idea putting all these pictures up on Facebook or YouTube. I just don't. I don't think it is. You need to find somewhere that you can keep private amongst you and your relatives. I think would be a good idea. I think, you know, WhatsApp or something, or in a WhatsApp group. So that people like that, they're actually really foolish doing that, putting that crap on there and getting into a conflict with somebody and expecting that everybody just to be just fine and accept the dogma that's going, you know. So I mean, I've sort of, you know, some people do a screenshot. I haven't done it. I've videoed the conversation between me and him, but he's deleted some of it. So because I was out and about when I answered it, I was on my phone. No, I wasn't. I was on the computer. So the lesson I need to learn from this is really try not to get too obsessed with this sort of thing. But if it really does bother you, annotate what's being said for when people delete things, if and when they delete things. There's a really annoying bit right in front of me that's needing the screen wash for some weird reason. It's probably a bit risky getting into this kind of putting on the channel update, these people, these characters, you know. I'm sort of, the majority of them probably don't know, you know, that they're on there. It's maybe not, maybe I should be a bit more careful, or certainly hide their names, you know. Yeah, probably taking a bit of a chance there, but you start thinking about all that sort of thing. They're sort of sharing their names themselves, you know, by going on there. I mean, that's the sort of thing with me. I'm not really hiding. I'm not like, you know, DJ Audits was doing that. He still does it. You know, he hides his face and everything. And eventually people got it, you know, as they would. You know, so I just kind of think that if you try and hide your name or go under an assumed identity or something, somebody will find out, you know. But I mean, I'm so weird that I could get away with it anyway, you know. The name and that, and the face and all this sort of stuff, you know. I reckon, yeah, the number plate thing, you should probably not display that too much. A lot of this digital fraud sort of thing is certainly something that can happen. You get people who get paranoid, all that sort of thing. I think really, if you really want to be careful in your life, it's best stay off Facebook would be one good bit of advice. You know, why are you going on Facebook gobbing off your opinions? You know, you're just asking for trouble. That's what I think. You know, you're actually asking for it. Yeah, we just went under a flyover. I'm just trying to think, where is that flyover, you know? I often think things like that. So, what road is that, you know, that I've just driven under? I tell you, this bloody road seems to be manky tonight. My screen wash will be finished by the time we get to Edinburgh. Some of the hazards on there are moving. I don't know what the scheme is here. Are they in limp mode or something, maybe? Maybe that's what it is, maybe in limp mode. We'll just take it nice and canny so we can be nosy. Is it getting towed? Towed off? Is that what it is? Or they just got like a pal? Alright, the turbo's gone in that van. Ford Transit. The turbo's gone. So they're driving along the bus lane. That happened to me, my Citroen. So all that smoke is the turbo. You can smell it. I can smell it. It's like oil going where it shouldn't go. I drove my Citroen C4 Picasso. Now it's funny because my turbo blew here, just a bit here. I was going to Corn Exchange. It was a C4 1.6 HDI, and I went and did the car boot, knowing that the car was fucked, right? I drove back to Stirling. I got to South Alloa, and it was fucking bad. You know, the smoke got worse. You know, really, I shouldn't have done that. Then the last bit from South Alloa to Stirling, there was people flashing at me and everything. There was fucking smoke everywhere, you know. I mean, really, I don't know, why did I not just phone recovery, you know? I've got recovery. So I mean, the thing is, if you're planning on fixing the engine, you know, I think driving it like that could fucking make it a hell of a lot worse, you know, if not fuck the whole thing up totally. So really, although he's obviously got a friend that turned up and was able to drive behind him to kind of shield him a little bit. So the majority of us know there's something wrong, and then he's lucky he's got the bus lane to drive along, which would have been the hard shoulder. And hopefully they can get into Edinburgh. I don't know where they're going, but that's exactly what's happened there. But I had the 1600 HDI. It was like a problem with them. But I replaced it with I got rid of it and bought a 2 litre HDI. But I think the problem was the 16 HDI. The pipes were getting blocked, and the banjo bolts would get blocked, and it was caused by infrequent oil changes, possibly, or well, maybe the wrong oil. I was just thinking, is it the wrong oil? I don't think so. Probably just the Citroen was saying 20,000 miles, and it's like, well, wait a minute, 20,000 miles? Are you having a laugh? You know, that was, I think, what was causing it, and it'd be probably more prudent to do it 10,000 miles. And that makes me think, yeah, when's a white car? Well, no, I'm only doing about 3,000 miles a year with a white car, so it's not a big problem. This bit here is a bit tricky. I'm actually going to, you're supposed to, I suppose, wait until you get to the end of this solid white line. With a fan, it doesn't go very fast, and what happens is people start undertaking me, so I've got to watch, keep an eye on the mirror in case somebody goes flying in the inside, you know. And just where's that coppers? Where is it? What's happening there? Are they down on the? Rightio. Right. just have an eyeball and see what that coppers are doing. Which lane do we want to go in? The north. Yeah. Because there's some roundabout this, isn't it? It's fucking hell, it's like, I'm looking at it going, how fucking big is it? I have walked round it right enough. So this one's a choice in the middle. Let's see, I'll keep an eye out for... Ah, right. Right. Right, we've made it into Edinburgh. We're going to end this video. Ooh. I'm going to go and have a look and see what the coppers are up to, but we'll end this video now with a 100% electric transit van, which is a total pile of junk. Right, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye!